These gentlemen that we have on the phone today, that I know of, they haven't written any books. They don't have a radio or TV show. They're just average, everyday doers. If you see a need, then that's your calling. And they saw the need. And the second step, which is the hardest step, is into the arena. And as you all know, this is Do Radio. And when we get a chance to get some doers on here, oh, we really look forward to it. Jeff Morgan is originally from Erie, PA, now resides in Dallas, Texas. He formerly served in the Army and later as a missionary to Iraqi refugees in the Middle East. In 2012, he was one of the grassroots leaders in the Rick Santorum presidential candidate campaign. After going through a unilateral, no-fault divorce in 2012, he was shocked to see how the state always sides with the petitioner for divorce and needlessly orders the destruction of families. At that time, he determined to change the divorce laws in his state, in the state of Texas, and to expose and abolish unilateral, no-fault divorce. On the phone with Jeff and with BJ will be Matt Johnston as well. He resides in Washington, D.C. area, currently works in humanitarian disaster relief. His parents divorced in 2017. Since that time, Matthew has been researching the issue of no-fault divorce and trying to find the solutions to repeal, overturn this unjust practice. He has joined other researchers and activists that defend the traditional family. I'll call that natural family. Matthew enjoys reading about political science as well as church history. His hobbies include running, biking, traveling. Let me see if I can get you guys. There we go. Matt and Jeff, welcome to Last Call.
Thank you so much, BJ.
Hey, it's good.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. And again, I want to emphasize the doer part of this. You're not looking, that I know of, to sell a book. You're looking to make things right in the world, and that's what drives me. That's what got me into this over 30 years ago. I had this righteous itch, and once you get it, it never goes away, does it, Jeff?
Not really. It's something that, it's always there. You can't be silent in the face of injustice and the destruction of the family. How can you be silent? How can you look at your kids and your grandkids down the road and they say, Dad or Grandpa, did you know that these things happen? And how can I say to them, yes, and I did nothing? The one thing that they will know is that I did fight and that I am going to, with the best that I can, teaming up with other people, change the injustices that we see and the needless destruction of families.
Amen. When did you get involved with this, Jeff?
So, after the Santorum campaign in 2012, I was my ex-wife filed for false divorce against me, which really shocked me that this happened. I mean, we were having some struggles, don't get me wrong with that, but, we both were Christian people. We met up at Bible college. My ex-wife's father was the pastor who married us. I had gone through my parents' divorce, and that was something I never, ever wanted to see again. And so you take all of these steps to try to protect yourself down the road. You marry a Christian lady, Bible college, missionaries together, stuff like that, come from a Christian family. You think that these protections should help you with a marriage, a lifelong committed marriage. And what I found out that when she decided to file for no-fault divorce, and even was unsure she was doing the right thing, in fact, nobody agreed with her, her family disagreed with her, and yet the state sided with her. The judges sided with her. No evidence, no proof, no accusations of guilt, just that she wanted to have a different lifestyle. And for no reason, the judge decreed the dissolution of my marriage, which I think was an unconstitutional act, completely caused great devastation in my family. And after the first thing I thought, BJ, is I've got to get myself healed from this process because there were lots of wounds and everything, but my determination was that after I got myself healed, however long that would take, I was going to fight this thing and take this thing down.
You had children from that marriage?
Yes, there were 3 children, and when you mentioned child, my youngest child, they were all over the age of 18, but my youngest child, as a result, I would say there's a very strong cause and effect. within 2 weeks after my ex-wife filed for no-fault divorce, she was pregnant.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's one of those things that happens.
So, Matt, how did you run across Jeff Morgan?
Well, going back to my experience, my parents went through a few years divorce, and we found out my father had been unfaithful, and so my mom filed actually not for a divorce, but just for a legal separation based on that. And then he came back with a claim for no fault, and the judge basically said no fault trumps everything else. So even if there are grounds on the books, or if there are grounds from the other party, no fault basically trumps all of that. So she immediately recognized that there was something wrong, and so I looked into that. And through a series of events, doing some research online, finding Mary's advocates, who put me in touch with a few different researchers, and then finding Jeff Morgan's video on YouTube, where he last year, and he did this as well this year as well, but I found last year's video of him in Texas House of Representatives committee hearing to alter the unilateral no-fault divorce, either to repeal it or at least, at the very least, to change it to a consensual or a mutual no-fault divorce law. Unfortunately, it didn't pass. But through that video, through that experience, I was able to reach out to him, and we've been communicating and working together ever since.
Well, but Matt, how old were you when your parents got divorced, Matt?
Well, it started back in 2014, and maybe even a little bit before that. So, but the final divorce decree came in January of 2017. So that was like 2.5 years ago, and I'm 28 now. So yeah, 25, 26. So there was it's an odd time to go through a divorce, and most people experience that when they're kids, and it's very traumatic. And I wouldn't say that it's any easier as an adult. It's just very different, and part of that is because this is all you've known. You've had a family all your life. You've had your parents together. This is all you've known, and to have that completely ripped from you just instantly, it's like you've known your parents for that long together, and then all of a sudden it's gone. I mean, it's a very traumatic experience, even as an adult. So,
yeah, we have a tendency to take it personal, Matt, and I know you know what that means. But Matt, you could have. I mean, I don't know of very many Matt Johnsons that say, "Whoa, wait a minute, there's something wrong here." Most folks in your situation, most young children in your situation, young adults in your situation would say, "Oh well, okay, I'm just going to go on. That's the way it is. Mom and Dad are going to do what they want to do, and just leave it be." And I appreciate the fact that you've dived into this